it's CEO here, and today I'm going to show you how to make lots and lots and lots and lots of bells without Nintendo Online. It can be quite frustrating to see all of these other players getting max bells and never having to worry about actually making bells in-game. So I'm going to show you the 5 best ways that you can make bells without needing a Nintendo Online subscription. But before we get into it, please subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one. Like the video if you like it, and ring the bell button to get notified when I post my next video. And another thing I quickly want to share with you is that I livestream Animal Crossing over on Twitch. If you'd like to follow me over there, the link is above and in the description. Also, I will start to be live streaming on YouTube. I'm super excited. I know a lot of you asked me to stream on YouTube because you don't have Twitch, and I can finally do that. So be on the lookout for my YouTube streams. Right now they're going to be random, but I will post when I go live on Twitter and Instagram, and the YouTube community posts. All right, time to make some bells. The first best way to make bells is to look for your shiny spot on your island. This will appear once a day. And with the shiny spot, you can literally make money grow on trees. So be sure to look around your entire island so you don't miss it. Make sure you have a shovel and dig it up, and you will get 1,000 bells. Now this is great and all, you just got 1,000 free bells. But you can triple this. The shiny spot is now a shiny hole. You can bury the bag of bells you just found, but a smarter method is to actually grab 100 bells from that 1,000 you just found. Then take that 100 bells and bury it in the hole. And now you have a little tree that will sprout into a money tree in 3 days. Actually, it takes 4 days for your money tree to sprout, so I'll see you in 1 day. Once you see those glorious bag of bells on your tree, don't walk through it like I just did. Shake it, and you will now have 3 bags of 1,000 bells. And the reason I told you to plant 100 bells instead of 1,000 is because if you plant 100 to 1,000 bells in the glowing spot, the money tree will always grow 3 bags of 1,000 bells. So if you're trying to save up those bells so you can pay your debts and buy some cool items, just plant 100 and save the other 900 for your bank account. If you really want to get fancy, you can plant 2,000 to 9,000 bells in the shiny spot, and you'll get a 70% chance of 3 bags of 1,000 bells, and a 30% chance of 3 times the amount you buried. And if you bury 10,000 to 99,000 bells in the shiny spot, you have a 70% chance of the tree giving you 3 bags of 10,000 bells, and a 30% chance of the tree growing 3 times the amount you buried. So if you like to gamble, you can take your chances and bury more bells than 100, but if you're really trying to save your money, 100 bells is the way to go. And I got all the information about bell percentages from Ninja on Twitter. The second best way to make bells without Nintendo Online, and my personal favorite, is making a non-native fruit orchard. When you first start your island, you'll automatically have trees that are growing your native fruit. For example, my native fruit is cherries. I can sell these cherries on Nook's Cranny, but I'll only get 100 bells per cherry, and that is not enough money. The best way to get a non-native fruit since you don't have a Nintendo Online is to go to a Nook Mile Mystery Island. Sometimes you'll get an island where trees are growing your sister fruit, aka your not native fruit. I used over 10 Nook Mile tickets and I still couldn't spawn the non-native fruit island. So if you're really determined to use a non-native fruit orchard method, you'll need to do some mystery island grinding. If for some reason you just can't find that non-native fruit island, you can always grab some coconuts from the palm trees. When you plant a coconut tree, you can only get 2 coconuts, which is not as good as if you plant a non-native fruit tree. But each coconut goes for 350 bells, so it's not worth doing, especially if you cannot find your sister fruit. And once you have a piece of non-native fruit, make sure you plant it on your island so you can start growing a non-native fruit tree. Plant as many native fruits as you have, and make sure you're spacing them out so none of the trees die. Because if a tree dies, then your piece of fruit is just gone. And don't plant your trees too far apart either. If you plant your trees as close as possible together, you're able to save on land space and thus be able to plant more native fruit trees. Once you have your little army of non-native fruit trees, you'll have to wait 4 days for them to be fully grown. And once your trees are fully grown, it's time to start shaking. Each piece of non-native fruit goes for 500 bells in Nook's Cranny instead of the measly 100. Fruit stack in group of 10. So 40 pocket spaces if you fully upgraded your pockets, times 10 for each stack of fruit. That's 400 pieces of fruit that you can sell at once. And when you do the math, 400 pieces of fruit, each selling for 500 bells, gets you 200,000 bells. So if you want an orchard big enough to produce 400 pieces of fruit, you would need about 134 trees planted on your island. So if you're really hardcore and you want to get as many bells as possible using this method, start planting lots of non-native fruit trees and you'll be a millionaire in no time. The third best way to make bells without using Nintendo Online is to not sell through the Nook's Cranny Dropbox. Now it may be convenient because you don't have to go in Nook's Cranny, you don't have to wait through 2 loading screens to go in and out. However, When you sell items through the Dropbox, you actually don't get the full sale price. Nook's Cranny takes 20% off the amount you should get when you sell. So if you're trying to sell a lot of items like non-native fruit, definitely go inside Nook's Cranny to sell and do not use the Dropbox because then you're not going to get the full amount you deserve. Just another piece of proof that Tom Nook is a scammer. The fourth best way to make bells without Nintendo Online is by selling your fossils. Now, I've buried all my fossils behind my buildings because I've completed my fossil exhibit in the museum, and they are so annoying when they pop up all over my island. However, you can use this to your advantage, even if you haven't completed your museum yet. All you need to do is go around your island and dig up the fossils that have spawned. But don't sell your fossils just yet. Go talk to Blathers and have him assess your fossils. Now, it does take a little bit of time to go into the museum and have them all assessed. The good thing is you can select more than one fossil at a time, but this is a very important step because when you sell assessed fossils, you get way more bells than selling the unassessed fossil. 100 bells. We can do much better than this. And now for our 2 assessed fossils, 9,500 bells. A huge markup just because he took the time to go see Blathers. So if you're not assessing your fossils, you're missing out on a lot of bells. The 5th best way to make bells without Nintendo Online is not for the faint of heart. In fact, this is definitely the hardest method I'm going to show you today, but it will make you the most bells out of all of the methods. And that is to sell gold rose wreaths and gold rose crowns. Now, you may notice you need gold roses for this, and you can only get gold roses by watering black roses with a golden watering can, and you can only get the golden watering can by having a 5-star island. So if you already have a 5-star island, you're good to go, and you should have already gotten the gold watering can from Isabelle. But if you haven't gotten a 5-star island yet, you do need to work on bringing up your island rating, and that includes planting flowers, planting trees, planting bushes, decorating the island with all sorts of items, and not having a whole bunch of dropped items like I do. Do not do this. Isabelle will hate you. If you're really desperate, you can just place a whole bunch of random items and just plant a whole bunch of trees and flowers like in one corner of your island. It doesn't have to be pretty. You just need Isabelle to get off your back and give you the golden watering can. I'll put up the rose flower breeding guide that shows you exactly how you can get black roses. It's not tremendously hard because it only takes red roses to breed, and red roses are pretty easy to get either from Leaf or your Nook's Cranny, and you only need 2 of them. You only do have a 25% chance of getting a black rose when you breed the red roses, but it shouldn't take too long for you to get them. As soon as you have 2 black roses, you can breed them together to get even more black roses. This is where time traveling can come in handy because it does make flower breeding much faster. But once you have an island full of black roses, all you gotta do is water them with your golden watering can, and then you will get gold roses. Grab all of those golden rose petals, because we're gonna need them to craft those golden rose wreaths and crowns. Of course, for our crafting adventure, you do need to have these 2 DIYs. I did say this method was the hardest. You can get DIYs from balloons, from your villagers when they're crafting inside their homes, and from the bottle that washes up on your beaches. I've linked a playlist above and in the description that can help you get more DIYs, as well as tips and tricks. But all the effort to get those DIYs is going to be very worth it. Head over to your crafting table and get crafted. I'm gonna make 1 of each. Now head inside Nook's Cranny to sell them. Do not use the Dropbox. The gold rose crown goes for 12,000 bells, and the gold rose wreath goes for a whopping 20,000 bells. I hope these methods I showed you today on how to make bells helps you out. I know it can be a little tricky if you don't have Nintendo Online to get items you want and to get a lot of bells all at once. Let me know in the comments which methods to make bells you're gonna use. A huge thank you to all of my YouTube members for your support of me and my channel. All of my members get these super awesome perks, including getting all of their comments hearted by me, priority when I do multiplayer events in Animal Crossing, and 24/7 access to my treasure island. You probably don't have Nintendo Online if you clicked on this video, but you do need to have Nintendo Online to visit my treasure island. And if you don't know what a treasure island is, it's basically just a regular Animal Crossing island full of items that are dropped on the ground for you to come and take. These include every holiday and seasonal DIY set, all of the new Nook Mile items from the 2.0 update, all of the new Nook's Cranny items from the 2.0 update, all of the new DIYs and food recipes from the 2.0 update, every hybrid flower, every gyroid, every KK slider song, the entire Sanrio set, all of the food items, and so much more. If you'd like to become a member and get access to this treasure island and all of the other amazing perks, you can click the link above or in the description. Or you can go to my channel homepage and click the blue join button. I hope this video helped you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.